everyone. My name is Karthike, back with another podcast. Today we have three new guests. We have Christian Fuchs, we have Noah, and we have Ronnie. So, how are you guys feeling?
Yeah, really good. Excited to do the podcast.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of diversity in the podcast itself. I'm sitting here in India at 1 a.m. Noah, what's the time in your country? Denmark?
Yeah, 9 p.m.
9 p.m. And I think, Christian, are you in US or are you in UK?
No, I'm in the UK, same as Abuzuh. It's 8 p.m. right now.
So today we're just going to be having a casual chat about FIFA and football, and as we have a very special guest, Christian Fuchs, who owns the team himself. So I'll start off with the boss man. So Christian, what was the motivation behind starting NFG Esports?
Yeah, simple as it sounds. I've seen an interest in my son into gamers. He was following a YouTuber. I really cannot recall his name at the moment. And first I didn't think too much about it, right? But then I saw him getting more and more into it and literally found him on his iPad. Not that I think it's good, to spend hours in front of the iPad. So we restricted that, but I found him every day in front of the iPad following this one particular game. And I was like, okay, it's interesting, right? At the same time, I met Trevor King around the same time, a couple of weeks apart. Trevor is the one who's managing NFG Esports these days, for almost 2 years. And I put one-on-one together. I wanted to find out more from Trevor what's behind it. I had no clue before about esports. And I'm still learning every week, every day, new things. And, everybody who knows me knows that I just give it a go and see how it goes. And I'm really excited, really happy with the first 2 years. A lot of things changed within NFG Esports. Players came, players left. There's been quite a good turnaround, but I think the team that we have in place now, which is our current model, is to be an academy and give rising talent a platform to have a great exposure to esports, to the FIFA scene in that case. And very happy with how they interact. I mean, we have 2 more here now. Karthikeya, so very pleased with it, and that's basically the story behind it. And just putting one-on-one together, 2 things falling in place at the same time, and it was a great decision.
Perfect. So which brings us to our 2 new signings. So Noah joined us quite some time back. Abuzuh has just joined us recently. So he played a tournament where he had to face all the top players on Xbox in Europe and in North America, and he was able to beat all of them. And he's just come into the team. So Abuzuh, I mean, we already have a Premier League champion here. And since you've also come up and taken the crown of the esports champion in FIFA and on the Xbox side of things, so does it sort of give you an edge? And how do you think it's going to play in your favor once you step up on the virtual pitch and FIFA 21 is going to come around the corner? And what performance can we see from your end?
Well, I've always been into sort of competitive gaming and stuff. Before FIFA, I used to play competitive Call of Duty, but I've always played football all my life. I always play FIFA quite sort of just as a casual thing. And then the last 2 years is when I really dove into it and kind of started taking it seriously. And then winning the tournament, this was sort of the main first year really I've taken my sort of competitive FIFA really serious. I invested obviously some money of some of my own money into my ultimate team and stuff to help me compete. And obviously it's paid off. I wouldn't say it's really no pressure. I've got such a great team behind me, Christian's backing as well as everyone else's. So I'm really excited to just get the experience started. Everyone else that's in the team, they're all really friendly, great guys. I knew Sondo and Cowley prior to joining. They were 2 close friends of mine. So it was just, it just gave me a real good advantage. And because I knew they was in the team, playing the qualifiers and playing the tournament for me to get in the team was nothing but a good experience really, because I was excited to be able to try and perform. I knew what they already got from the team, but then being part of NFG. So I knew that's really what I wanted to do, and I was going to do anything I can to win that tournament to make sure I become part of the team. And all worked out, and now here I am, excited to get started.
Right. So you mentioned a very good point saying you started off with football. And I see this a lot in FIFA esports. A lot of us had dreams of becoming a footballer. Then somehow, I mean, it doesn't work out. Life happens. And then we get to the virtual pitch. So, yeah, I think all FIFA players at once did have a dream of becoming a footballer. And this sort of gives us another chance of reliving it. Not in the real life, but of course on the virtual side of things. So yeah, you've raised a good point, and great to have you on. And bringing us to Noah. Noah, you being the youngest player in the team, how do you feel? You're the youngest guy, and in esports, what do you think? Does age matter in terms of? I mean, when you grow up, your reflexes kind of slow down. But that's in football. Do you think that's the same with esports and your reaction times and just managing pressure, competing in a live event where you see you've been watched by millions of people all over the globe?
I think being young in esports in general, not only in FIFA, have good sides, but also bad sides. This means that you also have plenty of time to develop as a FIFA player, but also as a person. But if you're a younger player who have not been on the stage before, you must go out and perform against some of the best, then I think you need more experience to become better. Let's say I should participate in the FIFA E World Cups, then I will probably need some experience that the other players have. And because I haven't been on the competitive scene enough, you need to be mentally prepared because FIFA is a game where it's about the mental. So I think the age plays a big role in esports.
Right. So that's on the side of things where what happens outside of FIFA. So what happens in the game, we got to see that. So can Noah, you showcase your team? What do you have? What sort of players do you have? And then we'll take Christian's view of what he thinks of the players.
Well, let me just jump into what Abuzuh and Noah said. I mean, Noah, you're very right. You know, you need experience growing up, and the way we have set up No Fuchs Given, or NFG, whatever you want to call it, is that yes, they're all individual players, but we see ourselves as a team where everybody should compete against everybody to have this competitiveness, to push each other, to make each other better players. That's very important to be then prepared when it comes to the bigger stage, when you qualify for a tournament, right? When you qualify for food championship. That's why, you know, a good competitive portion within the group is very important. But then on the other hand, when one of our players, no matter who, there's no jealousy, qualifies for one of those tournaments, everybody is supportive as well. So yeah. Okay, age maybe matters, but when you're ambitious and when you're competitive within this environment, then you might be able, or you will be able to make it pro.
Yeah, I mean, sort of what happens in football when two players who are the top scorers in their teams could take a example of United when we had Rooney and Van Persie becoming the top scorers in the team. So even though there was a bit of a competition inside the team, it was all for the greater benefit, which was to help the team. So no matter who won, it wasn't a personal rivalry, but just to build the team on the whole side of things. So yeah, that's a good point. So Noah, would you like to show your team?
Yes.
And then we can see. I'm sure Christian has played with quite a few players in your team, and we'd like to hear from him. How are these players in real life, and what has been the experience like? Do you have any Premier League players, or you have Fuchs himself?
Of course.
I played with that guy. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want to talk us through the team?
Yes. In the goal we have Ter Stegen. I think he's the best keeper in the game, and I got him in red, so that's nice. And on the right back we have Dumfries. I also think he is one of the best players at the right back because he is high and physical, strong. And then I play Fuchs on center back.
Of course you do.
Do you want to talk about the card in the game, Fuchs? Is he that fast? Is he Can you run at a pace of 89?
The card is far too slow. No, I'm very proud to have this card, to be honest. It was a great surprise. Again, it's probably related to us winning the Premier League back in time in 15-16. But listen, it's a great honor, and I'm very happy that a lot of people, not only within NFG, but also a lot of people outside, are choosing that card over some other players. So that's a very good feeling. And yes, I played with that guy sometimes.
To be honest, I think it's the best center back card in the game. I really enjoy it. It's really good. It stops everything.
Yeah. The 99 strength's crazy.
Yeah, talking about a centre back, what do you need? You have pace, you have the defensive stats, and you have physical. It's 97 physical. That's like Akinfenwa level. I mean, pushing people around. Yeah, that's great to see. What about other players? So you have Zidane. Wow.
Yeah, I have Zidane and Hullet and the center mid. They're doing very well. I like Zidane because he's 5-star, and Hullet, baby, I need to upgrade it to his middle. But he has 5-star weak foot, so that's okay. And then in game I play Ronaldinho and Cam. He's very good because he has 5-star skills and is Ronaldinho. And on the top we have Benzema, team of the season. He's just amazing at a striker. 4-star could be better, but it's good. And on the right wing we have Lozano for birthday. He has 5-star skills, and it's funny to play with in the game to make some skills. And on the left wing we have Insigne, touch, got him in the guaranteed Serie A pack, so it's why I'm using him.
So yeah, I wanna ask a question to Christian. So how many of these players have you played against?
2 of them.
All right. So which ones?
Ter Stegen, when he went from Gladbach back then, when I played for Schalke. I mean, back then he was also already very good with his feet, playing out from the back, very precise balls to open the game, build the game from behind. So yeah, very good keeper. For no reason he's playing for Barcelona. I mean, really great athlete. And the other one is Benzema, was Champions League with Schalke when we played Real Madrid. Yeah, good memories as well as very bad memories. But my last game against Real Madrid is when we won 4-3 at the Bernabeu Stadium. Scored a goal myself, so that's the memory that sticks to my brain, and I forgot all the losses already.
So I mean, yeah, of course. So you played with Benzema and Ter Stegen. What about the legends we have? Like, what do you think it would have been like to play against, the likings of Zidane, Ronaldinho, Hullet?
It would have been a great honor to play against them. Definitely. I mean, Hullet was a little bit before my time. There might have been a chance to play against Zidane or Ronaldinho. It just never happened. Didn't cross our ways. But again, for me, great players. One of the greatest that we've ever seen on the pitch. And for no reason, they are in this squad. Good picks, I would say.
So, as growing up as a footballer, did you have any idols out of the legends we have?
Yeah, but they are not in that team, so that's why I'm a little bit disappointed.
All right, so that's a great team, and we'll move on to Abuzuh's squad, which I'll just showcase in a minute. So this is Abuzuh's team. Abuzuh, Ronnie, would you like to talk us through the team?
Yeah, so I play 4-2-3-1 as well. Backline stays the same. I like Vieira as my more defensive CDM, and that allows my De Bruyne to just wreak havoc all around the pitch as he wants. I have Neymar at cam. I think, obviously, as you can see, he's a concept player. I'm waiting for my rewards on Thursday. Then I'm able to get him. He plays cam. Then I have Mahrez on one wing, Ronaldo on the other, Mbappe up top. So, yeah.
I see everyone above 90 91, 92. That's, I mean, there's a lot of investment behind the team.
Yeah, well, I've had a lot of, to be honest, like top 100 finishes this year, and I don't think I've finished below Elite One this year, to be fair. So it's giving me a lot of coins to be able to just kind of get whoever I want.
Right. So, I mean, this is like an all-star squad, and it would suck to sell anyone from here. So, what would be your top 3 players in this team which you could never sell?
Mbappe, I've had Mbappe now. I think you can't see it, but I think he's played 400 games. Got something
Plus
like
one.
600 goals. Neymar, obviously, I haven't got him yet, but I had just sold his headliner card. Probably my favourite player I've ever used in the game. He's so good. He's crazy. And then just Van Dijk. He's just so broken at the back. Just absolutely out-muscles everyone. Just gets to everything. Don't let anyone get past him.
All right. So, since you mentioned that, I mean, you're going in the season very strong. You're going to be finishing Elite One, and I think you have consistently in the past. So, what sort of effort goes behind grinding with FIFA? So, how many hours in a day you put behind FIFA?
Well, I have to, obviously, with the lockdown we've been currently on, to be honest, I've been playing it a hell of a lot. I live with my fiance, so I kind of, it's been not too bad, really. I've kind of got no other factors that stop me from playing. So I've been on it quite a lot recently. But in the past, I think you need a good balance as well. Like I was sort of very active. I like to go gym and go for runs and exercise and stuff like that. So whenever I do that, I'm able to come home and spend a bit of time on FIFA and just enjoy that. And then also in the community, I know a lot of like the higher pro players such as Lyrics and people like that. So getting to know them, obviously, everyone then knows what's overpowered in their game, and it really helps you excel to become a better player.
Right. So as we can see, so FIFA is not just about the grind you put in the game. There's a lot of effort which goes behind it, right? Like you have to keep yourself in a good shape, and as we know, exercising sort of releases endorphins, and that definitely helps inside the game, keeping you healthy. With a healthy mind, you can probably think of more options you can explore. So yeah.
Well, to be honest, the game's so stressful at times. You know what I mean? I find if you spend so much on it in a row, you just end up getting sort of slightly bored, but also it's just mind numbing in a way. I feel like if you get that good break, you can come back into the next game, whatever, fully focused.
All right. So Christian, how does what is your schedule looking like at the moment? I mean, since we're in a very bad phase, we're in a pandemic, but I think there's a bright side to it. A lot of time to be spent with family, a lot of time to focus on oneself. So how do you use this time to?
Yeah, I passed the time with my family. I was in New York for 7 weeks, which was great. Longest time I've ever seen my family in one go. I'm back in England now for about 6 weeks. It's almost back to normal in regards to training. There are some parts that are simply adapted to COVID-19. But, the season is starting in 1.5 weeks. So we are in full team training, full contact, everything on the pitch whenever we are training is back to normal, which feels great. So it's kind of a routine that you have. Nevertheless, you try to still avoid to be too much in public because there's simply too much at stake that's not worth the risk, right? Of just going outside all the time and being exposed.
Yeah, of course.
So at the moment, it's getting up every day in the morning, 10:30 training, being done with it around 12:30, 12:31, going back, having lunch, and then working on NFG, on No Fuchs Given, and a couple other things that I have in the pipeline at the moment, and then at 8 o'clock or 1 a.m. India time, I'm going on a podcast with some of my players.
Right, and lots of fun videos coming up, lots of good fun challenges which will be on NFG's page. So
oh yeah, I can't wait for you, Abuzuh, to see how you do with my challenge. Noah, I've not filmed yours yet, but I have a good idea for you as well.
Nice.
right, so in FIFA, we always have our one like good gaming buddy. We have our best friend who we game with, and I mean, I'm sure we all have best friends. But in the professional side of things, who do you pair up, and who do you just like click really well in the Leicester City team, Christian?
I gotta name two. Well, in the current team, it's Wes Morgan because he's simply one of the older players together with me. as well as Kasper Schmeichel or Eldin Jakubovic, both of our goalkeepers. But the two players that I really clicked the very best was Robert Huth and Shinji Okazaki. Robert is, what a character he is, unbelievable. I mean, his dry humor is unbelievable. I really miss him. Shinji as well, because he has a constant smile on his face. But two great characters we lost at the team, but there's still a lot of good characters here.
Isn't it part of the German culture, like dry, pale humor without any facial expressions?
Yeah, but the way he does it, honestly, you should check his social media. It's a constant laugh.
All right, so Noah, if you were given a chance to play FIFA with any celebrity you could play with, who would you pick?
I would pick Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos.
Yes.
Why would you pick him? Just in a word or two, in a sentence, yeah.
Yeah, I would pick him because he's my idol. Yeah, I like him.
And
we would like to get some abuse.
Which it's sort of we're sort of on the other end of the spectrum, because I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm not so much of a fan of Ramos, which is fine. So yeah, Abuzuh, what about you?
Jadon Sancho.
It's truly been an idol, yeah.
I used to play at Watford with him under 18s, and I just sort of be able to speak to him again, see how he made it pro, and I flopped.
All right, yeah. I mean, coming in from England and just going to the German league and just dominating. He's been a great addition. This was fun, and we had a great time hosting this. So we'll see you next Monday.
Well, good. Thanks, guys.
Boys, keep training, yeah? I don't want to hear anything bad from Trevor, yeah?
No problem. We're smashing.
Absolutely.
Sounds very good. Thank you.
All right. Until next time, no folks given.
All right.
Take care, boys.